spinning, no slippage, almost 35 degrees. This is pretty, yeah, this is awesome. Because I can. With these versus the Ventrex narrow tires with chains, and I give my impressions. I can already give you my impressions on the narrow tires with chains. I've used them quite a bit. This is new for me, so I'm going to give these a test and give you my first impressions. Now, this is the first time I've had both of these tires and chains side by side. My first thought is the major size difference, diameter difference, or the height of the tire. Now, I don't know if it makes any difference, but when I first got these brand new Fieldtrax tires from the dealer, they had like 30 psi in there, around that. I was surprised they were that high. Do they really come that inflated from Ventrac or wherever it is that they're sourced from? I don't know, but 30 psi is way too high. Does it stretch permanently? Does it stretch the rubber? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. But this is noticeably larger, so I'm going to be very curious size-wise how this compares to my inner tires on the dual wheel kit once I remove the outers, which are older, so they do have some wear on the tread. We're going to find out. So now for the moment of truth. The tread on these is very similar. These are pretty new, so there's not a lot of wear on these. This thing mounted. This is why Barry recommended that instead of trying to spin these on, I unmount the outer wheel and remount the new one using the lugs, because you're not going to spin these on. These are already touching on the inside. These chains are extremely aggressive. Now, I'm curious. We'll bring the camera down here. We're going to check the diameters and see how comparable these sizes are. You definitely want to make sure that these chains are going to bite into the ground. You don't want the outside diameter, including the chains, to equal this. You want these chains and studs to be sticking out outside the diameter of the inside wheel. Just a smidgen more on that. Okay. The moment of truth. Okay, this is pretty cool. It's only superficial damage, but you can see the diamond-shaped pattern of the scratches on the pavement. So my recommendation, do not take this on your wife's precious walkway. Don't do it. If you want to hear from me again, I will stay off of that walkway with these, but man, are these going to do some serious gripping. I got a almost 35-degree hill just down the road here. That's where we're headed now. We're going to do some testing. All right. Now this is 30 degrees. About 25. Okay. So going up and down slopes is one thing. You Ventrac narrow tires and chains. I could even do that with standard dual wheel kit with field tracks all around with no chains. But there will be some crabbing with no chains, a little bit of crabbing with the narrow tires with chains. These, yeah, let me show you a close-up here. So these things are so aggressive that they literally just poke right through all the leaves and just kind of bring them along. Yeah, that's pretty something. We got a slightly steeper hill down this way. So we'll head down. Oh man, these bugs, this heat, this time of year brings all the bugs out. Like this is their last hurrah. Ah! Now that one just went in my eye. I'll be right back. Now, just as a side note, take a look at the damage here that's caused by the existing contractor that tries to mow this slope with a zero turn. He digs into this so badly, and you could see all those ruts, all the damage that's caused. And when you get this kind of damage, every time it rains, it causes increased erosion. This whole bank is eroding away because he's literally going sideways across this thing trying to mow it. All right, let's see if we can get this thing leveled out. Okay, I gotta prop my foot on this thing or I'm gonna slide down this hill. Oof, something's poking me. So this is pretty darn steep. And as you can see, I'm on the exact spot where the other guy on the zero turn, he was literally sliding this way down the hill at this point. And this machine holds it pretty well. Now this material is extremely loose. Plus we've got a lot of leaves that are down here as well. There was a little bit of crabbing with this, but now if you can go sideways across a slope like this with complete confidence, going up and down this thing is super easy. And you guys have seen it in another video that I made about the Ventrac's capability on slopes. I didn't use chains at all. I just used a set of 8 field tracks and was backing up and down this very section with no slippage at all. If I were tasked with mowing this section, it would certainly be a lot faster for me to just kind of climb this hill and go across and mow this section as opposed to trying to go back and forth up and down a whole bunch of times. I absolutely would tackle this cross slope. What is this thing poking me in the back? Yeah, these things get these tiny little needles on. They're like hypodermics. And I got these at the edge of my property and I mowed these down. Every chance I get, I mow these down. And generally in the forested canopy areas, it replaces itself with the Japanese stilt grass. Really nice look for the ground cover. Anyway, let's continue this test. Okay, now that is some serious positive control on some very unstable, very loose terrain. You need equipment like this to handle terrain safely in this manner. That is just absolutely insane. I mean, you can see how loose this is. All these loose stones and gravel, all this erosion that takes place because somebody's using a machine that is not designed to safely operate in conditions like this. Now, super nice guy, does a nice job, but the zero turns, no zero turn on earth not anything that I've seen, is designed to safely handle these types of steep slopes. Whew. All that work just to have a few minutes fun, I guess is worth it. The things I do for you guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video and my first impressions of the Sunset Diamonds. They're pretty awesome. Super aggressive chain. Definitely don't recommend taking them on delicate terrain or delicate surfaces. And again, keep it off of your wife's walkway like your life depends on it. Yeah, those are some nice chains, Barry. I really like these. Pretty awesome. I can't wait to actually test these in a real world scenario. Steep banks, brush cutting, etc. The moment I get a chance to do that, you're coming with me. So these are awesome. If you're thinking about getting a set of chains, these things are awesome. The Ventrac narrow chains are okay as well, but these things, way more aggressive. You know what? I'm going to continue this video. At idle, I can still maintain positive control on a slope like this. I don't have to take a running start. I can stop. I can back up. Stop. Back up some more. If I can get my foot on the pedal. No spinning, no slippage, almost 35 degrees. This is pretty, yeah, this is awesome.